Hi, it's me again. I'm back, and I'm here today to show you guys how I do my everyday, very dewy, very natural base makeup using all cream products, because I'm here to also start a petition to ditch all powder base products in 2020. Leave them in the dust, okay? We don't need them anymore. We're not taking them with us into 2021. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. And so if this is something that you would like to see, then feel free to keep on watching. Hey, I'm gonna get started. So I'm starting off with an already primed base. My eyebrows are already done because no one wants to see me spend 10 minutes doing my eyebrows alone. I am going to color correct under my eyes. And to do that, I always open these lids. To do that, I'm going to use the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the shade light to medium on a little, if I can find it, it's a little brush. And I go just onto my inner corner where it is the darkest. I'm gonna go right here as well, just wherever my under eye circles are the darkest. And a tiny little bit on my outer corner just to hide that bit of discoloration I have. To blend it out, I'm just going to use a little beauty sponge. So the color corrector isn't a concealer by any means. It does just, but I love it because it just brightens my under eyes, and I find that if I do this before foundation and concealer, I use less concealer in the long run. So I'm just gonna pounce that into oblivion, and it's just, as you can see, like, it's an immediate difference. My under eyes just look a lot brighter in this way. Alright, now the star product. The main attraction of this look is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for Celebrity's Glow, or like any liquid highlighter that you're gonna put on under your foundation. So I'm just gonna hit my little cheekbones. Ooh, that's a lot. Right under, under your eyebrows, temples. I do just the tippity top of my nose. All the best places that you want to highlight. And again, with a beauty blender, you're gonna start just blending that away. And this is just, it looks so nice. It makes the skin look so dewy. Fantastic. Now I look sweaty, which is what I want. Following that, I'm going to contour using my NUDESTIX Nudies in the shade Bondi Beige. I do all this under my foundation so that when I put the foundation on top, it just looks as natural as possible. I'm just gonna go right on my cheekbones, like that, a little bit on my temple, and with a little brush, I'm also gonna hit my nose as well. And you want to go a little heavy-handed on this. You know, look a bit weird doing so, but it does have to show up under the foundation once we put the foundation on top. So it's okay if you go a little heavy on this. And I only really contour this part of my nose where it's the lowest, and I want to bring that forward. And to blend out the rest of my contour, I just take a little stipple brush and I start stippling away. I make sure when I'm on my cheekbone that I don't drag it down. I don't go past the line that I've already created because I'm not trying to drag my face down. So, tapping motion, pulling the product up. Same with my forehead, I just blend that out. And any excess I have on my brush, I take under the chin. I'm gonna hide that double chin of mine. Ooh, actually, you know what I forgot? Also, what I also do with this contour is, again with the little brush, I contour my eyes, I guess you call it. So starting from my outer corner, I bring the contour straight out. Just giving yourself a little mini facelift, but just with makeup. Again, just pull the product straight back towards your temple. You just want your whole face to I know it looks really weird right now, but I promise this all comes together eventually. Alright, now that that's all done, now I'm going to go into my foundation. I am using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I find that this works best with like medium to light coverage foundations because you do want this to show through. So I just take a pump of it on the back of my hand and I dot it around my face, avoiding any areas where I put the contour down. So just on my cheeks, forehead, chin, my jaw, just under the contour like that. And with my beauty blender, I'm gonna start pouncing away. And anytime you like, just go with a little bit of a lighter hand and you reach the contour, but still go over it. So you want it just, as you can see that you can still see my contour under all that foundation. But now it looks nice and natural. You naturally have perfectly sculpted cheekbones. Same goes for eyelids and
so in every
forehead.
art, one realizes there comes a point where your will is exhausted. You've tried everything to make something.
Following that, I'm going to go in with a bit of concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I go in the same spots where I put the color corrector down earlier. So in the corner, just right here where my under eye circles are the darkest, and directly underneath where I placed contour on my eyes, and I just do a little bit on my forehead as well. Alright, there will be no concealer triangles in this household. There's no need for that much concealer, especially if you're using a full coverage one like the one I'm using. And I go in, pulling that concealer back. So basically the concealer goes between the cheek contour and the eye contour. Whatever's left, whatever product I have left from my eyes, I go over my eyelid just so I prime my eyes that way. I'll do that on the other eye. Like so. At this point, I'm just going to take a more full coverage concealer.
I'm not sure about that.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Alexa, no. That's not scary at all. Anyways, I'm going to take a full coverage concealer that's more my skin tone. And I'm just going to cover up my little friend. And that's it. And before I powder, I still have to do powder. We powder at the end. There's no powdering immediately here either. I go in with a cream blush. This is the Quo Featherweight cream blush in the shade Pure. It's a nice little like gel like consistency. So I take a little bit on the back of my hand, as I do with all of my products. And then I dab it on my cheeks, yeah, like that. I also take a little bit just on the top of my nose because I like that look. With another stipple brush, I go in and I blend it all out. And across my nose, because I like to look sunburnt, basically. You ever find that you put too much blush on? I just go in with my beauty blender and whatever's left on it, and I go around the edges of the blush just to further melt everything in. One last step, which is I'm going back in with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for Superstar Youth Glow, and I do 2 little dots just at the very high points of my cheeks, jawbone, temple, and tip of my nose. Same places that we put like before. I'm just adding a little bit more because I like to look extra dewy. You can see how natural this all looks. And now I'm gonna hit my under eyes with a little bit of powder. I don't use a lot of it anymore, just my skin does get quite dry, especially now that we're going into the fall and winter seasons. It gets really dry, so I don't use all that much powder. I'm gonna take a tiny little bit on my sponge, and I just go directly under my eyes. And I'm not really baking, I'm just pressing the powder where I want it to go. And I keep it really tight to my, what's it called, close to my eye here. I don't want to disrupt the highlighter that we put down. And just the side of my nose where I get the most oily. I will also powder my eyelids because they get quite oily too. And again, making sure to keep it pretty tight and contained to my immediate eye area. Same thing with this eye, side of the nose, inner corner, and keeping it really tight on the outer corner. And the only other place I really need to put powder is my forehead, so I just put a little bit of powder there and down my nose. And that's it. That's all the powder that I use. If you feel like you need a little bit more powder, I would take like a big fluffy brush and lightly powder. But again, just keep in mind all your nice dewy products that you have on your skin. And that is how I do my face to make it look as natural and as dewy and as like, is she just profusely sweating? Or is it makeup? Look. Alright, I'm gonna quickly do my eyes and the rest of my makeup and I will be back. Alright, well, that's it for me today. I hope you learned something. I hope I've convinced at least one of you to give cream products a try because, like, here, let me zoom you in. Do you see that? Hold on. It just looks so good. Like, there's not a drop of powder, there's no powderiness. There's no cakiness. It's just, you know? It's great. So if you liked what you saw, please feel free to give the video a like. You can comment down anything you want to comment, any suggestions, anything you want to see me do in the future. And I will catch you guys later. Bye.